Hey guys, I just wanted to get on here and do a quick little video, let you guys know about 3 conventions that we're going to go to this year. Next month in September, we will be at the Stinkorama Convention in Fairfield, Iowa. It is the first annual convention that they are doing. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to be a part of that and to be able to set up there. In October, we are also going to be at the Illinois Trapper State Convention. Going to be in Lincoln, Illinois, I believe. It is the first weekend of October, I do believe. And then we're going to be at the Backwater Convention, which is in Bloomfield, Iowa. It's the third weekend of October. That's a great event. So if you guys are going to be at any of these conventions, please stop by, see us, say hi. I love getting to meet new people and seeing you guys, so I would appreciate if you guys, just stop by and say hi. So I look forward to seeing you guys at any of those if you're going to be there. Also wanted to get on here and say there's been a couple people that have reached out to me in the last 2 or 3 weeks about the trapping, and I apologize for anybody that's felt this way, but I've been told that some people have kind of felt like I've turned my back on the trapping world. That I get in, get out, get in, get out. And that's not at all what I want any of you to think or see or feel. I apologize to anybody that has felt that way. I'm not trying to make excuses for myself, but I've been going through a lot and I've been doing a lot. Some people know back in February, March, I was thinking about selling the Trapper's Pole business. There was an opportunity that somebody was interested in it, and I was just kind of weighing options to see what would be best for my family at that time. That ended up not going well and falling through, and I decided to keep the business. I love the trapping industry. I love everybody in the trapping world. I love making the Trapper's Pole. I love going to conventions and getting to meet people and go to different states. I absolutely love doing that. So I don't want you guys to think that I was getting out of it just because I was tired of doing it, and that's why I was, thinking about selling the business. I've been going through a lot in the last couple of years, and I was just trying to see what was best for my family at that time. Some people do know that I've gone through a lot of health stuff the last 2 years, and I've not been able to do a whole lot because of that. For 8 months I was on a wound pump, and we had to go to wound care 3 times a week, and I've had 4 surgeries now over the same thing. So again, I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just saying that I've had a lot going on, so I apologize for anybody that has felt that way. I wasn't able to run much of a trap line last year and only did it for about 2.5 weeks because I thought I was going to be having surgery in the next couple of days, so I pulled all my traps. That surgery ended up not happening as soon as I had hoped, and I ended up getting really sick. But I did get to have surgery back in, I think it was the end of May, beginning of June, something like that. It's been a little over 2 months now. I do believe this surgery is going to fix the problem. I believe it's going to heal now. It's not 100%, it's about 90% healed. It's looking good. There's not been any issues, so I'm praying that it's finally going to heal this time, that we're not going to have any other problems with it. But I am having another surgery here before long, getting a hernia taken care of. I do have a big hernia, and I've been wanting to get it taken care of for a little while now, but due to the other surgeries and things going on, I've had to postpone it. So I'm also getting all my teeth pulled here in the next couple of months. I got to go twice. I got to get all my back teeth pulled and then go 10 weeks later and get my front teeth pulled. So again, I'm not trying to come up with excuses. I want people to know that there's been a lot going on. I've been through a lot. This trapping is the only income in my household, as my wife is a stay-at-home mom. So it's just been a lot to go through, and I'm not trying to get on here and spill my business and talk too much, try to get sympathy from people. I apologize for anybody that's felt that I have turned my back on them, that I just want to get out of the trapping industry. That's not at all what I was doing at all. I was trying to decide what was best for my family at that time. I do feel that God has really opened my eyes and opened some doors here recently that I'm very excited about. I've been praying a lot about different things that God can show me a sign, and just this last Sunday, it really hit me hard. There's some preachers that I listen to their sermons on my phone quite often, and then of course I do go to church, and in a way all three sermons that I heard that morning were kind of about the same thing, and it just really hit me hard and kind of opened my eyes that I knew what God was wanting me to do. I've also started a nonprofit, Four State Chaplains. As you guys know, a lot of people know I've been going to school to get my degree in divinity. I'm also working on getting my degree in, or my diploma in chaplaincy. I am an ordained chaplain now. I've done the classes for that and done a lot of studying, going through a lot of process. Me and a couple of my friends have decided to start a nonprofit, Four State Chaplains, to be able to help first responders and veterans and just people that are hurting, people that need somebody there for them that kind of understands what they're going through. One of my best friends, he's an elder at our church, but he's also was the assistant chief at the fire department that I volunteered at, and he's also a veteran. So having these people in my life has helped me a lot, and being able to see how we as a group of men can help people, that's I felt like that's been a big calling on my life. And I've worked pretty hard the last 2 or 3 months on that, so I really just want to get on here and apologize for everybody that felt that way or took it that way. That's not at all what I was meaning. I do apologize, but I think I'm hoping and praying that I'm going to heal all the way completely this time and not have any problems. And me and my wife have been talking a lot that I do believe I understand what God's wanting me to do and calling me to do, and I just want to let you guys know that I'm not going anywhere. This trapping it's what I love. I love meeting all the people. I love just trapping in general. I love making bait and lure, and I love making the trapper's pole, and just I love it all. It's definitely the passion in my life. But so is reaching people for God. That's number one in my life, and I'm going to do both, and I'm going to use both in many different ways. And I just I hope you all stick with me along the this long path that I'm gonna be going about. But I just really wanted to get on here and apologize for anybody that felt that way. That's not at all what I was meaning to do. I didn't want anybody to feel that way. It's not even really something that I thought about, that's how people would view it. So I really do apologize. And for all the people that have reached out in the last couple of months, I do appreciate it. You guys, this trapping industry is an awesome family. There's so many people that reach out to me all the time, and unexpected times, people will reach out to me, and I'll get to just talk to them for a little bit, and not only can I help them in a way, but they can help me. And it's amazing how God works with things, and all the things that I've gone through in my life. I do know there's been a lot of people that's followed me over the years that know the things that I've done in the past and the things I'm doing now. Like I used to have an outdoor store and all that. I believe that I'm finally understanding why I went through so many things. I feel like God's putting them all together right now, if that makes sense. I feel that all the things that I've went through and learned is coming to fruition right now, and I hope you guys stick around to see that. Not necessarily, as customers that want to buy a trapper's pole and my bait and lure, but just as people that enjoy hearing from me, people that that just enjoy watching my videos or anything like that. I appreciate it. There's it's funny because there's a lot of people that I know personally that they don't know that I make videos and all this stuff, that I've been doing it for years. And I remember a couple years ago I went on a fire call with some people at the fire department, and somebody's vehicle was on fire right in front of their house, and was working the fire, and the people that were there, they recognized me from YouTube. And when he asked me, he said, "Are you Blakely from YouTube?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Holy cow." And he started talking to me and asking me questions about trapping and all that. And the guys that were with me from the fire department, they're just like, "What?" Like, they didn't expect it. And I don't know. I appreciate you all for everything. I can't really put into words, but I really do apologize for anybody that felt that way. I didn't mean for you guys to feel like I was turning my backs on you or that I was just leaving. That's not at all what I intended. I just, I've been going through a lot, and at that time I'd been praying, and I felt like that was something that, was going to be a decision I needed to make for my family, that God was wanting me to make. Because an opportunity arose and to possibly sell the trapper's pole business, and so I kind of was going to do that, and God slammed the door, and it did not work out. But I'm okay with that. God had better plans in store for me. Sometimes it's always hard to know what is coming or what's planned or what the path is and which way to go, but we just got to trust that God's in control, and he's going to work things out in his own time schedule, and we just got to have faith that he's going to provide for us. And that's what I've done. I've never really worried about too much. I kind of just let things go the way they're going to go, and just trust that the Lord's going to provide. And that's with the nonprofit and with everything I'm doing at the church and with school and with the trapping industry. I just, I got faith that God's going to lead me in the right directions, and he's going to provide, and I don't worry too much past that. I appreciate everybody that's followed me. Really, I've been doing this for, coming on like 8-9 years. I started the Ozark Trophy Hunters back in 2015. So yeah, I think this September, October will be 10 years that I've really started the YouTube and started selling stuff online. I put that I established in 2019 because that's when I started doing the Blakely's trapping. It was in 2019, but I've really been doing this since about 2015. It started out, in kind of the hunting industry, and, I went to a couple hunting conventions, and we got to go to Houston, Texas to a big hunting convention there. I was pro staff for a company back then, and we got to go set up at their booth, and, that was a really cool experience. And like I said, there's been a lot of things that I've gone through, but I feel like God's using everything that I've learned through every situation to create what's going on right now. And I appreciate everybody that's followed me along. It means a lot. If you guys ever have any questions, concerns, or you're just curious about something, please reach out to me. You can message me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, send me an email from the website. I mean, there's lots of ways to get a hold of me. I love hearing from y'all, and I appreciate it. And, God bless y'all, and I'll talk to you guys next time.